Alrighty, traders. This is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup webinar. I hope everybody's having a great trading session. Well, we are getting some volatility. That is happening today. There is, a lot of key things that are happening right now. First and foremost, let's talk about the euro dollar, because the euro's, paused and holding support. I think a lot of people are wondering, well, why hasn't, with the sell-off that we've seen in equities thus far, why haven't we seen a move lower in the euro or a stronger dollar? I actually think a lot of this right now is cross rate action that's supporting the euro. I mean, if you look at the euro Aussie, it's up 113 pips right now. You look at the euro New Zealand, we're up 138 pips. Euro Canadian up 80 pips. So we have, the euro crosses are really strengthening right now due to this risk off that we're seeing. So if you're wondering why the euro is holding up pretty well for now, I think that's it. So it may be a little deceiving, when you look at the euro and you're like, wow, the euro is holding up so well, but then you got the Aussie that's obviously under pressure, and the Kiwi is under pressure. Those types of things are happening. So that's just something I think that everybody should keep in mind. The big news of the day is the S&P. Obviously, the S&P, we hit all of our AB equals CD counts, the double, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, then, the big megaphone pattern reversal. But I think the key here is that not only did we sell off, we made lower lows. So I think the rallies here are going to find sellers now. And what's interesting about what's happening right now is we haven't had many buyers come in. And that's the problem when the market, if the market really starts to show a reversal, they're just not going to let you out, or they're not going to let shorts in. That's pretty characteristic when things change as rapidly as they've changed. So there's 4 things that I was looking for today to really feel comfortable about being long the dollar, which, I'm long the dollar right now. But for me to feel very comfortable about being long the dollar, I wanted to see the euro below 118, which it's not. I mean, yes, we've probed down there, but I think I explained to you the reasons why I think the euro is holding up for now. And that's probably going to end up being the case for the day through, jobs report tomorrow. But I wanted to see also crude oil. Where's crude? I want to see crude oil trading below 41. Now we are basically at 41.06 where, we're holding. So I think that is, showing us, the reflation trade, if you will, is kind of losing its steam. So we've got the Canadian sorry, that's just one I was looking at. We have the crude that's below the 41. I'd like to see it, closer to the lows later today. And then I wanted to see gold below this trend line, and we are basically hugging the trend line. I mean, we've probed it. It's yet to be seen where gold's going to close, but I think that, while gold's at risk, and obviously if gold continues selling off and starts hitting new lows and trades below 1920, especially 1900, which is key. I mean, if gold breaks 1900, then at that point in time you have to go, okay, whatever dollar shorts are in the market are probably going to unwind a little bit more. So that to me is going to be pretty critical if gold breaks through 1900. Again, I don't even expect that, and I don't expect it today. Let me just put it that way. I don't expect it ahead of the jobs report tomorrow. That doesn't mean it won't happen. I'm just telling you, I don't. It's not what I'm expecting. Hold on really quick. Seeing if I lost data somewhere. One of my when your computer goes, I don't know if you guys heard that. It usually tells me that I'm losing data. one of my apps. So I don't know. Anyway, what else did I want to cover? Oh, here's another thing that I think is pretty important. The dollar yen, obviously showed us a little bit of a reversal up here. This channel is not really doing it for me right now. Maybe it's like this. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe it's like that. I have no idea. But what I will say is the yen pairs actually look pretty vulnerable. Like look at the Aussie yen, and it's showing some reversal here. The Kiwi yen failure up there, it's showing a little bit of reversal. Canadian yen, right into the resistance zone, is showing some reversal. Euro yen is probing this big trend line. So I think below like 125 is really going to start to open up some downside there. So you guys got to watch these yen pairs, and the pound yen's coming down to the breakout point. It's it's really hard to sit here and press some of these trades when everything is right on the cusp, right? So I mean, honestly, to me, it's going to be a situation where it's going to end up being like the jobs report tomorrow. That's really going to be the catalyst that drives the dollar one direction or the other. Today may be just just kind of like, I know it's a little kink in the armor, but it's it's probably going to be one of those situations where we have to wait for tomorrow to see what the dollar is really going to do and what risk is really going to do. But I think that we are vulnerable, especially with the stock market at this point. And I think rallies now back up towards 3,500 are probably going to find sellers. We're struggling to get up there, but this is the time of the day where we tend to see those types of moves, if you know what I'm saying. So be on the lookout for a bounce in risk around these times. And if it doesn't happen, that in itself could be a little bit of a sign of hey, maybe we need to really start being careful with the market in this environment. All right, guys. So I hope that you guys found all that information okay. Remember, the NASDAQ is down 4.7%. That's a lot. I doubt we're going to go limit down today. So that's why I think that, downside's probably limited from here, but you never know. You never know. I mean, we've gone gangbusters. I mean, you look at the NASDAQ where we were just, huge, right? Let's go the NASDAQ composite, big failure at the 161% extension. I mean, any which way you slice it, this is a big down day for tech stocks. So, whether it sticks, we'll probably, like I said, we're going to probably end up finding out tomorrow. All right, guys and gals, remember, if you are not a ForexAnalytix subscriber, make sure you do so. It's only $1 for 10 days. This way you can be in the chat rooms with us, get this webinar on in a timely fashion, European crossover. You can listen to it live, all that fun stuff. All right, guys, have a great one. Thanks for tuning in.